Hey everybody, Gabby here, and welcome to a very, very belated episode of A Battle a Day. Thank you all so much for your patience. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you missed the updates. I had a hard drive failure, and unfortunately, the software that I use to edit videos and stuff was installed on that hard drive, and it took me about a week to recover it. So I still have a bunch of files I gotta get off that drive, but fortunately all the big stuff has been moved and I can start recording again. So thank you so much for your patience. I really do appreciate it, everybody, and I'm so sorry that I kind of went AWOL for a bit. That all being said, you may know that Players Cup 3 starts today. January 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you have not registered yet, this is like your final warning. If you're in the future and you forgot, I'm so sorry, but that's what it is. So this is the team I'm locking into on this cart, I'm pretty sure. I was playing around with Mudsdale a lot on Twitch over the past week, and while I do really enjoy Mudsdale, I just think that Glastrier has a lot more potential going into Players Cup, so we'll see if it ends up working out. I've been struggling a lot against Snarl teams recently. This isn't one, though, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to take the win, even though this looks like it'll be a Trick Room mirror, given that my opponent has both Stakataka and Oranguru, along with a Torkoal, Indeedee female, Primarina, that's a throwback, and a Metagross. So when I see the potential for a Trick Room mirror, I usually go Venusaur something. In this case, I think I want to... I could actually lead Torkoal Venusaur and just, say, you know what, I don't care. But I don't think I quite want to do that. I also don't really like leading Porygon 2 Venusaur, which is weird because I always feel like... I think I'm going to try it here, but... with the previous team, with Dusclops on it, to proc weakness policy in particular, I always felt like having Dusclops and Venusaur together was a good idea, but with Porygon 2, it just feels really different. I don't know. I can't really decide. I don't know. I'm also flip-flopping on whether or not I want Assault Vest or weakness policy. This morning I woke up and I was like, bulk Assault Vest, yes! and I don't know. Anyways, my opponent leads a Indeedee and an Oranguru. This is a pretty obvious Trick Room setup, so I'm going to go ahead and switch into, I think, Torkoal, actually. As much as I would love to just switch into Glastrier for the Venusaur slot, I know that my opponent will have... Actually... No, we're going to go Torkoal. I know that my opponent is going to, have a Torkoal of their own in the back, most likely. So rather than try and play the will they, won't they, should they, would they, could have, whatever game, we're just gonna, lean into it. So, yeah. Also, this Porygon 2, I have to talk about it on here because I haven't talked about it yet. This Porygon 2 is actually from Pokemon Go, which is pretty exciting. It's the first Pokemon from Pokemon Go that I'm actually using on a VGC team, and it just makes me very happy. I caught it during the December Community Day, which had the ultimate Community Day for everything in it. And yeah, it's a good digital Porygon 2. I love it very much, and it makes me very happy. So anyways, Torkoal should be the slowest thing on the field, and even though we did take some damage last turn, I'm going to go ahead and Eruption because I want to try and get as much damage down onto the board as possible. Hopefully that'll be enough to KO the Indeedee and then try attack and pick up the other knockout, but we'll see. I'm a little bit hesitant. Yeah, no, there's just too much bulk on the board right now. That's okay. Good to know that Porygon 2 is also going to be slower. I don't want to reverse Trick Room, so thank you, friend. I'm fine with that, honestly. So, yeah. Unfortunately, now Torkoal's at the point where it's just taken too much damage to continue going for Eruptions. And because of that, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a Body Press, and we're also going to recover Porygon 2. Oh, I'm taunted. Just kidding. Okay, this is what, turn 3 of Trick Room? Okay, yeah, let's double into the Indeedee. I don't want him to be able to follow me once I do get Glastrier on the field, so... And it looks like he's just switching into Stakataka anyways, which works out better for me, all things considered. I mean, there's probably still Torkoal in the back, but knowing that Stakataka is one of them means that there also isn't Primarina, which is pretty good. So, and this turn, because Follow Me's off the board, we can go ahead and yawn the Stakataka and punish any sort of immediate Dynamax, which will be good. The one thing I am a little bit worried about is if my opponent does reveal Torkoal, which they are going to send in, whether or not my Torkoal has enough HP to take a Eruption, or if we'll get the speed tie or whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't want to switch. I just gotta hope for... Oh, or that. Yeah, that's fine too. Alright, cool. Cool. Honestly, okay, defense. All right. Interesting. So now P2 is gonna get knocked out, and we're left with Venusaur and Glastrier. So originally I was thinking of Dynamax and Glastrier, just because I thought that would have the better matchup here, but the unfortunate spot of where I'm in right now, as I'm going to check Trick Room turns. Sorry, that transition still makes me happy. Is if Trick Room doesn't expire next turn, okay, it will. Venusaur is in a unfortunate position where it would just go down. So I think in order to preserve my best shot of winning at this point, we hope that Glastrier can take the Eruption. And then we Dynamax, Max Guard, Venusaur. Probably gonna be a mistake, but... Okay, never mind. I think I have enough bulk on this Glastrier. It's essentially max HP to take a max Steel Spike from a stack, I would hope. Yeah, I would hope. Next turn will be a little bit interesting. But we'll get to next turn when we get there. I think we can go for like a Vine Lash or something. Man, if I knew he would have switched out the Torkoal though, I probably would have Dynamaxed Glastrier instead of Venusaur here. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if we can take this max Steel Spike. At this point it's... Or Max Knuckle. I mean, honestly, at this point the Dynamax works a little bit in our favor because if that Stakataka went for a body press at +1 defense, that would have been a ton of damage. And there is always the possibility that Stakataka does target the Venusaur here, though I don't think that is likely given what we saw last turn. Never mind. Cool. I think we just won if this KOs. Okay, it doesn't, but we can easily pick up that knockout next turn. So... Alright, so now we just gotta prioritize ensuring that Trick Room does not go up again. And the best way we can do that is double into the Oranguru. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this opportunity also to set up G-Max Vine Lash so that we can start getting residual damage down onto the Stakataka. He could protect here, which is why I'm double targeting like this, but it doesn't look like Oranguru is going to protect. So because of that, now our Heavy Slam will be retargeted into the Stakataka, and because it was a Heavy Slam, it's not going to risk the potential of proccing Weakness Policy, which is not something I want to do yet, because it just can't attack, because the whole weight thing that I always forget about. Oh, never mind, Glastrier cannot take that. That's okay. So, the good news, if there is any good news in this situation, is that we are going to be left with Venusaur, and Venusaur will be attacking on the special side of the spectrum, so we don't have to worry about the defense boost that the Stakataka has. The unfortunate thing is that we are going to have to take at least 2 hits. It depends on what kind of Torkoal this is. If my opponent protects their Torkoal this turn, yeah. How do we do this? Like, I think I target the Torkoal, and I think I ooze? Because if they protect, then... No, I don't think so. Like, I want the special attack boost, but at the same time, I know Max Ooze won't do enough damage to KO on the off chance they don't protect their Torkoal. And I really don't feel comfortable trying to make that call right now. I think if I were in my opponent's shoes, I would protect the Torkoal, which is what they did. But it just felt too much of a roll, quite frankly. So we have to take 3 hits from this Stakataka. 1 hit this turn, 1 hit next turn where we pick up the KO on Torkoal via Earth Power, and then a 3rd hit when we actually go for the KO on Stak. If I knew my damage calcs better, I would be able to tell you whether or not Eruption at this point would knock out, but it looks like this Stakataka is just all fired up anyways, so... Okay, we might have to... Yeah, you know what? I think we actually attack into Stakataka this turn. Like, this is such a bad play because if Eruption were to KO here, then, like, that's it at this point. But we are at +1 special defense, and judging by how much damage that Stakataka did on the physical side of the spectrum, like, I almost feel like the Stakataka is the bigger threat, even though I just want both of these Pokemon knocked out. So, yeah, we'll go for the KO on Stak. Hopefully we'll get it. And then we just hope that the Sandstorm is enough to keep Venusaur safe. Well, he Heat Waved, so that's... Yeah, no. I stand by that play for what it's worth, because Heat Wave is not accurate, and whatever Stakataka was probably going to use that turn was. But that's good to know. You know, I also stand by how I played that, except for leading Venusaur Porygon 2. I think in retrospect, Hatterene would have been better there, and then just have the Glass JR in the back to handle the Stakataka matchup somehow. But that's okay. This team is a Trick Room team that struggles against Stakataka matchups when my opponent is convinced they're going to use Trick Room. So I could have also played a little bit more aggressively with my own Trick Room setter, and I could have like Trick Room to reset Trick Room and done like those kind of shenanigans at the beginning of the game as well. But you know what? This is why we're going to do some warm-up games before I start the Players' Cup tonight, because warming up is good and it allows you to think of all these things. So let's just consider this whole video like a warm-up to get back into somewhat daily uploads. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Again, thank you for your patience over the past week while I've had computer problems. It's been fun. Yeah, it's been fun. I don't know what else to say other than that. If you like this video, if you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're running for Players' Cup. I'm really curious. And, you know, when we start getting videos during the Players' Cup, let me know how it's going. Best of luck to all of you who are competing. Remember, qualifying tournaments like international challenges are a grind. They're probably the most mentally taxing form of Pokemon tournaments out there, so please remember to be kind to yourself this weekend if you are competing. And if you're not competing, just that's a good thing to keep in mind, I think, in general. Take water breaks. Make sure to get up and stretch and move your legs. If you're feeling particularly salty about something, walk away. You have 72 hours to play the number of games you want to play up till 45 games. That's plenty of time, and there's no reason why you just gotta blitz right on through it. So that's my advice. Anyways, you can take it or leave it, but if you take it, leave a comment down below. All right. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I'll see you on Twitch or on my next upload, and until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and have an amazing day. See y'all later.